whatever it takes. I know I can make it through. A Degrassi podcast with Kelsey and Holland too. I know I can make it through.
Hi, and welcome to Whatever It Takes, a podcast about Degrassi, the Next Generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland, and today we're talking about Season 8, Episode 10, Bad Medicine. And Kelsey, will you please read us the Degrassi Wiki summary?
Sure. Riley's a star on the football field, but steroid use and a deep secret have him lashing out. Danny and Derek both have it bad for Leia. How will that affect their friendship? I mean, what friendship?
Right. I don't think that was the main concern. I think it was mostly like Danny just thought that she liked Derek and then was sad about it. But I mean, I think that's a fine summary.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
But the episode is called Bad Medicine, which is based on a 1988 Bon Jovi song. It's like one of the most Bon Jovi-est songs ever.
It's true.
And I guess it's mostly in reference to Riley taking steroids, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Probably. Sure.
Also, it is from the album New Jersey, because of course it is. Fun fact, if you grew up in New Jersey, you're obligated to like Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen. You have no choice, even though I'm not crazy about either of them.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess it's a fine episode title.
It works.
It works, sure.
Unlike a surface level.
Yeah, whatever. But let's just dive on in. So, my first note is Riley got a haircut. Should we just start with Fashion Police? Because I had a lot of notes, I feel like.
Yeah, sure. It is a good haircut, though. I like it.
It looks good. The Power Squad uniforms are officially, like, sparkly and sequiny, which this doesn't seem practical.
No, because if the sun is hitting them, they're going to be, like, blinding motherfuckers.
But also, if you just, like, when you catch one of them, the sequins are going to scratch your arms all up.
That's true.
I mean, I think Carly pointed this out to us, but if you feel the need to dive in even more into the sequin uniforms, please send us an email. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Danny also got a haircut, and he's wearing a vest.
He's been wearing vests for a while,
which
though.
Derek thinks is cool and thinks gets him the ladies.
I disagree. I think vests are pretty dumb.
Terrible.
It is not good.
It's definitely like 2008 though, because that was a look that happened with dudes, and I'm glad that's over.
Me too. Like, and Danny had like a glow up. Like, he is super hot now, but goddamn those vests. Speaking of vests, Derek does wear a vest on his date with Leia to try to be like Danny.
It's terrible. Riley's like woods running outfit is like, he's just like trying to cover up every inch of his body so nobody sees him.
How is he running in that?
I don't know.
Also, like, he looks like he's about to murder someone in the woods.
Oh, fucking soccer stud, bro, looks like he's a member of the band Forever the Sickest Kids with that goddamn haircut.
Oh my god, I forgot that band existed. And yes, he does. He looks like he's not like really attractive, but he looks like someone that I definitely would have had a crush on, that I would like see at local shows in high school.
He's very like scene kid.
Yeah.
Like extremely so.
He's super scene, which I would have been like crazy about.
He looks like he's in Forever the Sickest Kids. Please Google those people, young children who probably don't know who they are.
I mean, he does, though. Also, he's wearing this, like, weird camo shirt. I'm like, what are you doing, buddy?
I feel like he was also wearing striped at some point. Oh, my God. It is weird, like, photo with the soccer ball.
Oh, my God.
He's just standing shirtless, like, holding a soccer ball above his head.
What are you doing?
It's
also, did
really
we ever
awkward.
learn that guy's name?
I don't know. I just know I'm a soccer stud.
Perfect.
Oh
my God, that outfit that Leia was wearing when she's like, you didn't show up to the date.
Oh my God. It's like pink. I can't tell if they're pants or leggings. Like a
Unclear.
red cardigan and like the busiest shirt in the world.
And the thing is, so the colors for the red cardigan and the pink like leggings or whatever, they're both in the busy shirt, but it doesn't work like that.
No.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Oh my God, Anya's earrings on her date are huge and circle and turquoise, and I did not care for them.
They're a lot. Anya's a lot.
Yeah.
Outfit-wise, all the time. She's wearing that, like, mustard, like
weird half
jacket
thing. Yeah.
with, like, the collar and the buttons. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it.
I think that's all I got, though.
Me too. My last note is I hate Danny's vests, but we've covered this already.
Oh, boy. So the episode starts. They are like the football team and the cheerleaders are all getting off the bus from a football game that they just won, and everyone's really excited about it.
How long is football season?
It's probably still fall.
Jesus.
As we've established that I think this show is now, it's like 2 seasons per semester. So we're just living in fall forever now.
I mean, I don't hate that. I'm on board for living in fall forever.
Yeah.
All of my good outfits are in fall.
Exactly. Fall's the goddamn best. I can't wait for fucking fall. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so yeah, it's like, yay, they won a football game.
And Anya flirts with Riley, so we get to see that, oh, this is probably going to be a thing for a minute.
Yeah, and then Shep is talking to Riley, and he's like, oh, you don't have a girl to celebrate with? Or, I don't know.
Because Shep is obviously heteronormative as hell.
And he's like, and Riley's like, I got plenty of girls. And then Shep is like, oh, yeah, that one over there. And he, like, points to Derek and is making, like, a gay joke that's problematic. And then there's like a montage of like
couples,
Peter and Mia celebrating, Moose and Shantae like dancing.
Since when is that happening?
And who's the other one?
Oh,
Jane and Spinner, who are adorable.
I love them.
And then it's like, oh, poor Riley, he wants a boyfriend or a beard. I don't know.
It's unclear. And then we just are suddenly like randomly at his house, I guess, and he's taking like unnamed pills and looking at bodybuilder magazines. And then it's the theme song. And it's like, that was what just happened? Because it was like a regular scene and then just like a snippet.
And it's like, by the way, this is going to be part of the episode too. Also, I could be just very ignorant on how steroids work, but do they come in pill form? Or I thought it was like an injection thing, or maybe it's both. Like, I literally have no idea. I don't know.
I unclear, but I feel like it is like an injection thing.
Yeah, I feel like that's how I've always seen it portrayed on teen dramas.
I feel like it is, but I could be wrong.
I mean,
I don't know.
What
the fuck do I know about steroids?
Legitimately asking. I have no idea. And then I guess at school the next day, he's like looking at steroid shit on the internet on his laptop at school, and Peter is like, what are you looking at? And then Riley's like, it's just how I like help my like performance, like whatever. And Peter's like, you mean like steroids? And he's like, no man, it's fine. And Peter starts like spouting off like the common like steroid side effects of like, doesn't it make you grow boobs and like make you all mad? I don't know.
I think he says paranoid.
Yeah.
But it's very after school special.
Oh, totally. And Riley's like, no, man, it just helps me, like, be awesome at football. Don't worry about it.
Which question, and you might not know the answer to this, but maybe I'll just, like, posit this to the Panthers. Do high schoolers do this? Is this just, like, a college and professional thing? Like, do high schoolers take steroids?
Maybe, if they want, like, a scholarship. If they feel pressured to, like, get a college scholarship or something.
That makes sense. I was just so not a part of that world that I don't really know.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. But I mean, I'm sure it happens in high school just because there's that added pressure to it, and high schoolers are dumb.
That makes sense on both counts.
But then we're with Danny, who's talking, or is he talking with Leia, or is Derek talking with Leia?
Derek is asking Leia out, and Leia is saying no. And she looks at Danny, and Danny looks at her, and I wrote, Danny is always stealing Derek's crushes.
I know, right?
Every single one of them.
Also, what happened to that girl from their, like, video project with the racist lady at the clothing store? I guess we never saw her ever again.
Knows. What was her name?
Fuck if I know.
I cannot remember.
Do you think I remember that?
I cannot remember.
But then, and then Derek was like, hey, man, you're friends with Leia. like, you should tell her to go out with me. And Danny's like, I don't want to do that. Like, no, thank you. And Derek's like, come on, man. Like, please do it for me. Blah. And then Danny's like, fine, whatever, sure. But you can tell he, like, doesn't like Derek anymore. And he, like, doesn't want to be his friend anymore.
Well, he basically says it because Derek's like, I know we don't really hang out anymore. And then, but Danny is like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll do this for you. And then Derek's like, do you want to hang out after school? And Danny's like, no. And I'm like, I'm actually kind of on board for
I'm like,
this.
yes, push Derek away. He's terrible.
He's the worst.
But then we see Riley, like, AOL instant messaging this guy named Soccer Stud, like, 1717 or something. And it's like they were camp friends, I guess.
Sure. That's what they're implying. They're talking about
camp.
I
think they're like, oh, I haven't seen you in 3 years since camp. And they're like flirting. And then Soccer Stud guy sends them that weird photo of him
from Flickr. No. He sends him a Flickr link to that photo. It might as well have been Photo Bucket.
Is Flickr still like around?
It does, but people didn't use it. Also, RIP Photo Bucket. Do you remember Photo Bucket?
Photo Bucket. God, I forgot about all of those things.
Yeah. The pre-Instagram.
Oh, seriously. And just like MySpace albums.
Oh my God. I wish I still had access to my old MySpace.
I know. I deleted mine like a dumbass.
Just don't know how to even access mine. It's just like in the ether, hiding somewhere.
My senior year, I deleted it because I was like, nobody uses MySpace anymore. And I was like, no, you couldn't. There was so much gold on that.
It would have been a beautiful time capsule.
Oh,
mine
boy.
was a definite shit show.
Oh, yeah.
It was good.
Oh, boy. Anyway. But then after this, Riley decides he's going to ask out Anya. And I was like,
he sees her like watching him while he's messaging. She's like peeking into the like media immersion room, which why is he doing all of this at school?
Like, someone can catch you. If like you don't want people to know, maybe don't do it at school.
Yeah. But so he sees her like peeking in, and then he follows her and he's like, hey, do you want to get coffee? And she's like, I have a date with the Hills. And I'm like, cool excuse.
Same.
I mean, but also same. But then she's like, I'm kind of LC'd out. I'll totally go. And I'm like, Riley does not get any of these references.
Or maybe he does. Who knows?
I mean, I feel
Probably
like he
not.
doesn't.
Probably not.
This is
Probably
not his deal.
No.
But like Anya, come on, date with the Hills. Like, how does she keep dating people?
I don't know, man.
How does this keep happening? She's very cute, but I'm like, oh,
Date with the Hills.
Date with the Hills. What kind of bread are you? Come on, Anya, get it together.
But then we're with Danny, who's trying to convince Leia to go out with Derek, and she's like, no, thank you.
Well, she says, why would I go out with someone I don't like?
Which is very fair.
A great point. You guys don't date people you don't like.
Oh, but I think before this, she was saying how she's on like a dancing detox since ballet school. But she's trying to get back into it.
And she's like doing it for herself, which good for you, Leia.
And then
even
he's
if
like,
you're not very
you should
good.
go out with Derek. He keeps bugging me about it. And she's like, no, why would I ever do that? And he's like, please do it. This way I can at least say that I tried, and then you'll never have to worry. And then you can just like reject him to his face and get it over with. Or he's just going to keep trying and being an annoying little shit about it is basically the implication.
Which is true. And then she agrees, but only if he shows up halfway through the date to save her. Because she wants to date him, obviously. Duh.
But then we're in the locker room, and Riley is like, yeah, just asked out Anya, blah, and it's gross. And
yeah, because they're all like, how are you lifting twice what you were lifting at the beginning of the year, which was like a month and a half ago.
Right.
And he's like, and they're like, what are you eating? Which like, pills for days. But
he's like, it's not about what I'm eating. It's about like what I do in my free time. I just ask out Anya.
I think he's like just constantly hooking up with hot girls like Anya. I'm like, oh boy. First of all,
False.
Boy. Also, Nope. I was going to make a really dirty joke, and I'm not going to do it. We're skipping over this.
Don't do it. Don't
doing it.
And then Sav is all like butthurt and is like, don't know if you know things about like the bro code, essentially. And he's like, but like you don't date your teammates' ex-girlfriends. And Riley's like, fucking, I don't care. I'm doing it. Bye.
I mean, Sav's kind of a whiny baby.
Oh, he's such a whiny baby.
But also, like, he doesn't make a bad point. Like, don't...
Or at
If
least
you're
don't,
on it,
and if you are going to, don't fucking brag about it in front of him and flaunt it and be a dick about it.
But also, like, just